It seems that Gachagua is going. And so the question has to be, is he going alone or will somebody else follow him? His colleague in the executive ticket elected. In 2022, will somebody else follow him shortly thereafter? That has to be the nagging political question right now. It should actually be simple and clear. But is it? Of course not. It isn't. There are many emotions flying all over the place, especially from the Mount Kenya region, where Gachagua hails from. Many Kenyans are focused on the sideshows, like in Parliament yesterday, where only 44 legislators said no to the Gachagua impeachment. Those were too few, and therefore the motion to carry on with the impeachment carried the day. And so now it is headed to the Senate. But Kenyans were scared. Kumbe Ruto still has so much influence in Parliament. He can get anything passed. And of course that is very difficult to counter. That is where the attention of Kenyans is focused right now. The whole drama, the popcorn moment, if you like. However, there are a lot of other very serious things to consider. For instance, what impact is the Gachagua impeachment having on the Ruto presidency? That's a very important question. And already we can see the backlash. A lot of it from Mount Kenya. And just hold on a minute. Let me ask you a simple question. In Ruto's total vote tally for the presidency, what percentage of his votes came from the Mount Kenya region? Simple question. I expect a simple answer. Actually, over 50%. Oh yes! Now, doesn't that mean Deputy President still, Rigathi Gachagua, spearheaded those votes? I mean, anywhere in the world, even in the US, people choose running mates according to regions. And if a candidate does well in a region, it is assumed that their pick for vice president, in our case in Kenya, deputy president, did the trick. And so theoretically, Ruto is rubbishing, dumping half his support. That's what it means. And so will that have zero impact on the Ruto presidency? But hold on a minute. Those votes were not genuine. They were clearly manufactured. But the truth is, Ruto had a lot of support from the Mount Kenya region. My younger brothers-in-laws, who are from the region, voted for Ruto to a man. However, nowadays, when you try and bring up that topic, it is dangerous. It could easily end up in fists flying through the air. I kid you not. Which I believe tells you something. It tells you Ruto has lost any support he may have had in the Mount Kenya region. And therefore Rigathi Gachagua being impeached is of no consequence. Again, that is a theory on paper. Because if we come out into the real world and observe what has been unfolding, especially with this public participation, this idea of impeaching Gachagua was a terrible idea. As far as the survival of Ruto in the presidency is concerned, I'm sure most of us heard what Kenyans said. Basically what they were saying is that both Ruto and Gachagua should go. And trust me, that wave is just picking up momentum right now. It has not even started properly. And it is going to grow into a major wave. And this would not have happened now had it not been for somebody coming up with the idea to impeach Gachagua. Once again, somebody in the Ruto administration did not think through their decision. And we are told the person who made this decision and the person who is pushing for it is none other than President Ruto himself. Okay? Definitely, he did not think this through. And don't worry, if at the moment you still can't see what the blunder in impeaching Gachagua is, don't worry. Time will tell. I'm very sure about this. I believe in Parliament yesterday, Legislator Robert Mbui, the MP for Kadhiani, in fact is my MP because my late political lecturer was born in Kadhiani constituency. Mbui put it very well when he told Kenyans from the floor of the House that when something goes wrong in a school, you don't fire the deputy headmaster, do you? You fire the headmaster. And time will prove that those words, spoken with a lot of emotion, on the floor of the House, with some legislators laughing, time will prove that those were words of pure wisdom. I don't know about you, but yesterday I listened with a gaping mouth as some leading Azimio politicians came out to support the impeachment against Gachagua. Even very senior counsels, people understand the law, people who make a living from analyzing evidence, even those ones came out and supported the impeachment of Gachagua. What is going on here? It would seem that Kenyans have been fooled. It would seem that long-suffering Kenyans have been once again fooled. There is nothing like ODM out of government and ODM in government. There is nothing like that. As we saw on the floor of the House very clearly, mchana peupe, as many ODM legislators, including many whom we believed were ODM outside government, came out and voted solidly for the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. Hey, could it be that there is a deal between ODM and UDA, Ruto's party, and that deal involves removing Gachagua from the picture? Could that be the reality here? I'm beginning to suspect. Because, you know, as a legislator, you can go to the floor of the House and talk and behave like somebody following instructions. And you can also go to the same floor of the House and do something with so much zeal. So much zeal that one has to suspect there is something in this for you. And that is precisely what I am suspecting. You know, a few hours ago, one of the subscribers on this channel corrected me. Oh yes. They told me I should correct my statement where I said that Kalonzo Musyoka is definitely against the impeachment of Gachagua. I should quickly remove the word definite. And the truth is, I stand corrected. I agree. These politicians are not people to be trusted. How many times in our dear country have politicians come out and said one thing, and then the very next second or minute, they have gone and done the exact opposite in reality? And so I stand corrected. I agree. Thank you for that correction. Nobody can say with confidence that anybody in ODM or Wiper or any of the leading Azimio parties is definitely against the impeachment of Gachagua. That would not be true. That would not be accurate analysis. By the way, Farah Malim came out yesterday and rejected his appointment, or rather reappointment, as Wiper deputy party leader, which is interesting. Can you imagine a situation where tomorrow you hear Kumekucha Chris has been appointed deputy president, And Kumekucha Chris says nothing. 1 day passes, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, almost a week. And then after a week, I come out and say, I have rejected that appointment. What will you think about me? What will be going through your mind? It is rather obvious. That was not a genuine rejection of an appointment. No way! He should have done it immediately. But the good news, it tells us these politicians are feeling the heat. It tells us that these politicians are realizing that we, the people of Kenya, the sovereign, are not as stupid as they initially thought. We are not to be tricked so easily as they initially thought. We are not as naive as we were just a few short months ago, maybe a year or two ago, when they were stepping all over us and giving us so many stories ajaba, and we were swallowing. That has changed. They have realized. And things will never be the same again for them. Mambo kwa ground, it may change. Now, I want to remind you what leading ODM politicians were saying at around the time the four were appointed to Ruto's cabinet. I just want to remind you what they were saying. They were saying, some of them, that they are sure when the next general elections come, they are going to be in government. Remember that? Now, if we're to link that to this Gachagua impeachment, do you see anything there? They could actually be linked. And the plan, which the political class has of course finalized, the plan seems to hinge on the removal of Rigathi Gachagua. And of course now Kenyans are waiting with bated breath to take in the drama in the Senate. Many are wondering, will Gachagua spill the beans? Tell us a lot of dirty, filthy secrets of the Ruto administration? Many people believe that he is. Many Kenyans believe, akiangusha ugali, we pia angusha mboga. Many Kenyans believe that that is the mindset of Rigathi Gachagua. That now that ugali imeangushwa, they want to remove him, he is going to spill all the mboga, all the stew and vegetables. And that is the reason why so many Kenyans are waiting, while holding their breath, anticipating what is coming. But we shall just have to wait and see how that pans out. Okay? But of course there is one thing we are very sure of. It is not going to be boring. It isn't. And maybe, just maybe, as we wait for that drama to unfold, it may be an excellent idea to take in some similar explosive revelations in my latest special report. I believe you can see details on the screens right now. Please, you will need to move with speed. This offer is not going to be around for a long time. But there is a lot of information in this special report that you cannot afford to miss. A lot of information that is even linked to what is currently unfolding before our very eyes. Especially some little known information about the leading players in this drama. I'm talking about the big boys. Apart from those details you can see on the screen right now, the same is repeated in the description area below this video on YouTube and also in the comments area. Truly, we live in some very interesting, super fascinating times. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.